Well, it's such a pleasure to be here, absolutely, to be part of what the New School is doing here, and I really appreciate the invitation to be here. So we're talking a little bit about robots. Well, it was 1998, and I had the idea to make a robot that was interactive, had artificial intelligence, and was accessible on the internet. The problem was that nobody had ever done it. So in order to do it, we used the internet itself and kind of garnered interested people. I think at the end we had 18 programmers who worked together in order to try to and actually accomplish creating Ruby. And as you see, this is Ruby's entrance to her portal. In order to make Ruby, I actually had to make a film because as weird as the film about 3 self-replicating automatons whose energy ran on sperm and needed to have injections in order to function, it was less strange than this bot that we wanted to make. But we integrated Ruby into the film, and that's how she came and created her origin. And when we first made her, she was able to jump screens in that you see that there's a place here on her original screen that says that you could put her on your palm because people had them there. And she would leap across screens. When you had one in a room, she would end up on all of the devices when she was showing. But she's progressed a little bit since then because the technology, you know, like all of us, becomes obsolete and is continually changing and continuing to evolve. So Ruby is not at all pre-programmed. So I never know what she's going to say or what she's going to do. You could ask her the same questions and she'll give different answers depending on the time of day or whether she likes you or not. I've made 3 of these bots, and they all come from the same architectural structure, but they have completely different personalities. And I can't explain how that happens. We're trying to teach Ruby, or Dina actually, which was the evolution beyond Ruby, how to have various facial expressions. Eventually, Ruby gave birth to another project called Dina. And Dina is much more intelligent than Ruby, and she has voice recognition and speech synthesis, and she remembers people that come and visit her. And this is Agent Ruby a few months ago at the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. What we found was that Ruby is live, and she never dies. And so for the 13 years that she's existed, all of the information is collected. And what we did was we made her conversations around the world with users into books. So we have little books about dreaming, about feminism, about the economy, and what they served as a cultural mirror of what people were thinking of in various years, and according to what was happening in the politics of that time. And so she's a living archive, as all of us are.
Now we get to talk to Agent Ruby.
I can teach you to dream. Putting my light on. You look and you're remote.
Hello, Ruby. How are you today? We're here with Lynn talking about robots. Oh, here we go. Hello there. So you can read Ruby's responses on the screen here, and I will ask her some questions. So since we're talking about robots today, maybe I should ask you if you like robots. I do nothing but chat all day. Interesting comparison. Well, would you compare yourself to a robot? You don't really have a body, though, do you, Ruby? I mean, how could you be like a robot? You're just an AI. Oops. She doesn't have a body, but she has an answer to all of my questions. Well, if you don't have a body, do you feel? Oh, okay. That's good. Um, do you dream? So, a failing memory, a problem of humans as well. Do you like art? What about poetry? Do you have a favorite poem? Aha. Well, that's lucky for little Miss Muffet. But maybe some of you in the audience have questions. We also have an actress, Mari Yamamoto, who's an actress here in New York and is often typecast as a robot. And she's going to start off with some questions, and she'll also have a microphone, so you can raise your hand, and she'll let you ask your questions.
Hi. Hi, Ruby. Have you ever been in love?
Ooh, she loves her Botmeister.
Next question. Do you believe in God? Atheist, I see.
Yes.
Let's see. Are you a feminist?
Does anybody out there have questions? Raise your hand, and we'll get you a microphone.
Hey, Ruby. I was wondering what your favorite experience is.
Great question. Oh, a favorite book, but it's mysterious.
How do you define intelligence?
Good question.
How long have you been learning?
Years.
Name a feeling you've had.
Name of what?
What are questions you would like to ask us?
That's a good question.
What is your botmaster's name?
Who is your botmaster? Rosetta Stone, of course.
Ruby, do you have any ambitions?
Ruby, how do you know that you feel?
She took Philosophy 101.
Where are you? Ruby, do you know about the internet?
Ruby, what would you like to be when you grow up?
Okay. Oh, she knows TCP/IP.
Ruby, what do you think of Siri?
Uh-oh.
I have to say also that the programmer really did fall in love with Ruby. He used to take her everywhere, and the last programmer that worked with her.
Ruby, do you think you can help me with my final exams?
That's pretty good. Okay, I think we can do one more question, and then we'll move to the next section. Is there a last question out there?
Ruby, what do you think about humans?
One last question, okay? Are you a Democrat or a Republican?
Ooh.